You know, what's up, locker room? Just want to break down what we just watched and how we should feel about it. And things have changed in a sense of how it was when you're building a team when I was in the league, and now how you're building a team now, because there's so many things like the way they practice now as opposed to how we practice. So since I know they're not going to get a whole lot of hitting and pushing each other that way, that I would be working to make sure that I got the right kind of guys in other ways, making sure the mentality is right, making sure that we can get to where we need to be before game one. I mean, locked in collectively. You guys hear me talking about it all the time. It's not just about skill, it's collective will. I got to make sure we're locked in collectively on the same accord, willing to pay the same price for what we want. That's all you're trying to create. Now, what I watched today, I see in Cowboy world is, okay. And what we were looking for, what you go into this game looking for, is what you've heard in camp. You heard that there was one player named Camden Brown who's playing pretty good, put up some good numbers. I saw where they were talking about it, even in the little daily scripts that go around, little newspaper strips and scripts. What I mean by script is every day, all of the newspapers that write articles and stuff like that, they'll put them together and have it for you. So people sit in the steam room or they sit in the hot tub or whatever, and they'll read them. They used to call these clips. So let me read. I'm gonna read the clips. Can you grab me the clips? So you get the clips. It's so funny. I just thought about it. I don't know how much they still do that now because you get everything on the phone. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the first time I thought about that. I don't know if I would be grabbing the clips, but it was just so cool because you could take it. You could take it and sit in the hot tub, sit and read. You take it in the steam room. I still do that here in my own steam room at home when I want to study something. But back to what I studied tonight. I want to hear. I want to see some excuse me. I want to see something solidified. What I had been hearing about Camden Brown, this young man, and what he was doing in camp, because he had been making some plays. He's been making some plays. And they're trying to, who's that next? They got to fill out the wide receiver room. You have George and CeeDee. You got Flournoy now, and Mingo, Jonathan Mingo. These guys right here, the Camden Browns. These guys like this has to make a statement in practice, which he has done, and then make that same statement in these preseason games, which he did tonight. This moves things, man, for a whole nother level. Now, because now you got a young man, I don't call him a kid, a young man that is true. What you've been seeing in practice is true. I know it's just the first preseason game, and he did it in practice. And none of these people are going to be on a team. Yeah, that's right. That's true. But that's why it's important. If he did it only in practice and then can't do it in the first preseason game, really? Because none of these guys are going to be on the roster too. So you're supposed to dominate him, and he did 3 for 62. You know what I'm saying? In 3 targets. 3 for 62 in 3 targets with 2 touchdowns. Now, I was like, so hey, that's something good. Because now, first of all, it gives you it pushes Flournoy. You gotta move, bud. You gotta move. It pushes mingle. Everybody now got this dude showing up. He's making plays. It's a competition here. I know we're on the same team, but this is a competition, buddy. And it also, if this dude can play like this and push for spots on that team, ooh-wee. All that's going to do is elevate. George, elevate. CD, elevate everybody. If we'd have found another playmaker and a young playmaker, this gives you some kind of, if anything, some kind of little insurance right now. Like last year, we had to do some time without CD. Gives us that insurance right now. So that was good to see that. Now, defensively, what I was looking to see is the unity. I was looking to see how much it matters. I knew top guys were not going to play. So I want to see how they are into the game and watching the young boys, the young men, I should say, stop saying young boys, Michael, the young men, watching them on the sideline, because it must be an order. It must be. Just like what Candace Brown was doing, what Brown was doing, he was showing CD and George Pickens, I belong with you guys. That's what he was saying. I belong in this group. When you see me on this field, this is not just happening in practice. I belong with you. And I'm going to keep showing you until y'all say, come over here, man. In defense right now, we don't really have, you got the Quentin Williams, but this defense is coming together. There was nothing last year that anybody can say we're part of this. They are developing right here, right now. It's time to grow a defense. And more than anything, this is what I say, and I'll be real with you on this. I love Michael Parsons. I love him. I remember the day we drafted him. I was there with Michael. Michael looked right at me and said, man, I'm going to do what you're doing. He told me this. And if you go back over it, they have, that draft. I'm yelling with Michael. I'm so happy, man. Oh, my God, I was so happy. And I still love him. And we're still cool. At least I hope we are. I'm pretty sure we are. I love Michael. And I fought tooth and nail, and I was hot and mad when Michael was traded. But here is what I'm looking to see happen. We heard plenty times, excuse me, we had heard how Michael teammates received him in the locker room and stuff like that. And I really never said anything about it. And I even said it as if like they were jealous or they were upset. I got upset at DeMarcus Lawrence, because why can't these boys come together and build something? When we traded DeMarcus Lawrence, I talked about that. So I don't know that you had a bigger Michael Parsons fan than Michael Irvin. But I ignored, and I had heard some rumblings, but I ignored it because it's my man, about the locker room and how the rest of the guys are about Michael Parsons. But I didn't want to hear that. No, man, this my boy, this my dude, man. We fine. I blamed him more on DeMarcus Lawrence. Well, here now is the star of your defense is a guy like Quentin Williams, who the Cowboys just took care of. So he's in the right frame of mind. Like, you already got mine, I got mine, and everybody's saying we want to get to where he is. And his locker room presence is a more like, we together, buddy. We good, That's what's at play here. You could put, from what I've got, I don't know, I've never been in the locker room, and what people have said that I didn't want to hear, that Michael wasn't that gatherer in the locker room. But Quentin Williams is he's more that way. Well, even when I met him, you could tell he was more that way. But that little thing right there, we're about to find out. We are about to find out, because that's what this defense is. Everybody on that defense right now is about to say and has to say, this is who we are. This is who we are. There's nothing you can take from last year in the changing of guards from the Michael Parson ran locker room and defense to, we can call this the Quinn Williams, Caleb Downs locker room and defense. There's nothing you can take from that time to this time. So they're still building in time. And since none of those guys really stepped on the field today, this is what I'm looking at. I was looking at, let me see how much those guys are up on the sideline when they're making plays on defense, looking at each other, making it, I got you, I told you I got you. And I did see that. It's exactly what I saw. I saw an attitude about what we're setting here. It's a preseason game. They did not let you score that touchdown. That's a little attitude. Now remember, that's an attitude that has reached the third team. So you're seeing it in the third team. You got to keep stepping it up. What it's going to look like, you take that attitude and put it on the better talent of the second team. You take that attitude and put it on your top talent of a first team. Now you see the beginning of what you have. That's why it's important. When you see that third team with a goal line stance, don't say that's nothing. I don't mean nothing. No. Especially in a building of a defense. You take nothing the last couple of years to put to this defense. This is a fresh new defense that says this is what we're doing, and the new DC is right there. This is Christian's defense from here on out. And all I'm saying to you guys is he's building it with a gatherer in Quentin Williams. We finally may have a chance to break that drought and to get people off our back. You know what I mean? Always bringing up their story. They don't bring up his story, history. They bring up their story. You guys hadn't won in 30 years. And you're right. You're right. We haven't won in 30 years. And I get people that have teams that haven't won at all saying this to us. That's their story. It's not history. History, we won 5. History, I myself got 3. History is what we're about to make this drought. What I see in this first free preseason game, we got the one that's making plays in the practice, making plays in the game. And then we see the mentality of the third team defense that's putting up a goal line stand, fighting hard. Yeah, they're fighting for their job, but they're fighting because that's the way that things are done there. You see what I mean? I wanted to get inside to see just how many mental errors you had within that. And this is what I'm saying. I'm sure they had so many mental errors. That's the first time these guys played. So many mental errors, but you saw the effort, you saw the results. They held them, and they fought hard, and they did it together. I like that. So I'm gonna take that. It's just a little, so it's nothing to get hyped about. It's just an assessment. And I gave it to you in a simple way, just an assessment and what to look at. I told you earlier, you got to know what to look at and how to look at things. And yeah, when Shador, there's so much I want to talk about, but I'm just stop. I'm going to do Dallas by themselves and then jump on and talk about the rest of the NFL. But isn't it great that we're home again? Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home, NFL. It's so good.